Sometimes growth doesn't feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like heaviness, like disconnection, like your motivation just quietly drained out of the room. You're not anxious, you're not spiraling, you're just flat. And when that happens, it's easy to interpret it as regression. It's easy to think something has gone wrong, but often what's happening is something very different. Often it's protection. When your system has been stretched, emotionally, relationally, mentally, it sometimes pulls inward. Not because you're broken, but because something in you needs less stimulation, not more. We live in a culture that treats motivation as proof of health. If you're energized, you must be doing well. If you're tired, unmotivated, or disconnected, something must be wrong. But the nervous system doesn't always work that way. Sometimes low energy is your system asking for something very specific. Not insight, not productivity, not more self-analysis. Sometimes it's asking for safety. Safety over insight, safety over stimulation, and presence over performance. And when you're someone who is naturally very attuned, someone who notices people, reads emotional signals, senses subtle shifts in others, you may not even realize how much outward attention you carry throughout the day. You might spend hours quietly monitoring how people are feeling, how conversations are going, whether someone seems distant or unsettled. That kind of attunement is a strength, but it also means your nervous system can spend a lot of time facing outward. So sometimes that flat, disconnected feeling isn't failure. It's your system quietly pulling inward for a while. Not punishment, just protection. And protection doesn't usually respond well to pressure. So if you're feeling flat right now, here's something simple you can try. Instead of asking yourself, how do I get my motivation back? Try asking a different question. Ask, what feels regulating right now? Not exciting, not productive, regulating. That might mean stepping outside for 10 minutes, drinking something warm, or slowing your breathing. For example, inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6. You might try simply reducing how much input you're taking in throughout the day. Less scrolling, less stimulation, less pressure to perform. Because when your system begins to feel safer, motivation often returns on its own. But trying to force motivation when your system wants safety usually backfires. It creates more pressure, more resistance, more exhaustion. And over time, that can deepen the sense of disconnection. So sometimes the most helpful thing you can do isn't to push harder. It's to listen more carefully to what your system is asking for. And if you're someone who is naturally attuned to other people, another helpful thing is to notice where your attention is going throughout the day. Is it mostly outward? Or is some of it coming back toward you? And if you're someone who tends to notice and carry a lot of emotional information from the people around you, one helpful thing to start paying attention to is where your attention actually lives throughout the day. Is it mostly outward? Or is some of it coming back toward you? These are the kinds of things we explore inside the Transcendental Mentorship community. It's a space for people who are naturally reflective, perceptive, and emotionally aware. People who want to understand themselves more deeply without rushing toward quick fixes. If that kind of space sounds supportive for you, you're welcome to join us there. You'll find the Transcendental Mentorship community in the link below. And whether you join or not, if you're feeling flat right now, I want you to remember something simple. You're not failing. Your system may just be protecting. And protection deserves understanding, not criticism.